disturbs the Empress.
Round 1. Fight!
Hello, E-Monkeyians, it's E-Monk here, and today we are going over the knees, but also the painting and priming and everything else to do with the armor. Thank goodness. Let's go! Alright, here is the knee armor. All I did was use just regular thin craft foam that you can get anywhere, just like that I do on these accent pieces. By the way, I changed the leg armor. I used concrete glue to put it all together, and what I did is that I drew out half, you can see where I put the lines, I drew out half of the dragon thing, or whatever it is, and then I extended the curve from it. So I only had to draw it once. My kid got a hold of it, can't you see? Anyway, as I was saying, after I copied it, all I did was just fold this sheet in half, because this sheet was really big. I folded it in half, and then I just cut out the design. And then I gave, this is the crease for it to sit like that. Because these are the pieces I glue together. Come on, camera. Then I glue it together. And yeah, this is what you get. And this bottom you leave open because there's a hole here. So you only do it on the seams that I created. And you do it right on the edges right here. And this is all an empty gap. So yeah, and then I just copied it over to make a second one. And that is it. Pretty simple. And I'm probably going to cover these with Cosplay Flex. And then add an elastic band on the back, because she does have an elastic band on the back of these. And then I'll have to stick the D-ring down here, about right here, whenever it folds out. So yeah, this is what we got. My kids are napping, so I'm trying to be a little quiet. I added all the details, the 3D edging to all of this. So these are the ankles above the toe. Then here's the shoe part. Hey. Have a good day. See, for these, I wanted to show contrast and show an extra detail in each, because I really liked how this turned out, and whenever I spray it, I think it's going to look even better. So I would suggest doing this, just add extra detail. And the knees had details all on their own. So instead of, using extra craft foam pieces, I just used the paint that I showed y'all earlier and just went all the way around it with that. So yeah, I thought it looked really, really nice. So now we're going to heat form it to the shoes for the majority of these pieces, those to my knees, and that to, I'm going to bring out my mannequin and we're going to heat treat it to that. So I'm going to show y'all how to roughly do that. So, okay, now we're going to heat form our knees. Now this one's got hot glue too, so we got to be careful. I think I'm going to put this one on my right leg. And you don't want it too hot, because you want it to fit just right on your knee. Like, I'm putting mine a little above the knee, like around the thigh. I might have to, but I'm gonna have fabric and stuff right here. So, I'm putting it on the thigh. I might have to tighten this up some. But I'm going to have those boots on, and they're going to be like right underneath. They stop about right here. And I want these to stick out, so it's going to be going over the boot stick out this way because that's the way hers is. You don't want it to be inward, you want it to be outward. This piece in, second out. So yeah. Okay. While this is getting all, and we're gonna pull it above, just so it'll keep it shape. It's also why I'm kind of wearing a dress. It makes it easier to put on. Alright. While that's drying, okay, the hot glue's already re-dried. That's good. Alright, now while that is doing that, I'm going to do the next leg. Another way to tell if you got it or not, it'll be all crystallized. You probably can't pick it up on the camera, but it'll look all shiny and crystally. That means you got it. That should be good enough. This is also a good stress test because I'm bending in it. Okay. This is what it looks like. You can still put your legs together. I'm just keeping it separate right now until the heat forms. So, yeah. Check that out. There's the side. There's the back. So yeah. Pretty neat. Watch out. Watch out. Bend, bend, bend. See? Hold them together really well. And one way to know, especially if it's on your skin, if it's cool to the touch, then it's good. So yeah. And once I take these off my legs, I'll be labeling which leg belongs where. And I'm going to be doing the same to the shoe pieces. Alright, let's go on to the shoulders. Now we can see first coat of all the armor pieces. Now we gotta wait 30 minutes for the second coat. Alright guys, I am back. And after the plasti dip, it had 3 coats and then it dried for 4 hours, 30 minutes in between each coat. Then on the final coat, dried for 4 hours. And then I picked it all up to unstick it from the box. And then I sprayed silver on it, and now you can see all the weathering I did on it. So see, the scratches worked, guys. But they're all silver. I know this ends up being black, but instead of going through and painstakingly painting all the silver pieces, I figured I'd just go ahead and spray the silver, then go back with acrylic paint later and touch up the middle sections where it's all black. That sounded better to me. So, because I really wanted these details to pop, and I wanted those cracks to look really gnarly and nasty. So, yeah. Second step of armoring is done. And for the paint that I used the Krylon Color Master Metallic Brilliant Silver. So, that's what I used. I also forgot to mention that I did spray 3 layers of this, and it says to wait a minute in between each layer. So what I did is I sprayed all of these, then over here, sprayed all of those, and then just went back and forth till I did it 3 times on each piece. So yeah, I made sure to try to cover everything, and it says that it's dry to the touch in 10 minutes, but safe to handle after 1 hour. So we're going to wait at least a minimum of an hour. It depends how tired I am later. Depends on if we're going to continue this. Of course, editing, you'll be able to see it next. But that's the instructions as far as the paint goes. Hey guys, it is Monday night, and unfortunately, yeah, I didn't start Mileena until like midnight, and I have to get up early because I have to go, work out and things like that. But, get out of the way. But that's sad. That's really sad. But, since it's Monday night, I didn't do much. All I did was weather the armor. So I'm going to show you how to do that right quick. Which it looks really nice. The lighting's horrible in here though. Okay. First off, this is what my mess looks like. I made some rust color, which is that right there. And I mixed in Folk Art Daffodil Yellow. And then Folk Art Pure Orange. in Folk Art Dark Brown, or Bark Brown. And I use more brown and orange than yellow, so to get that consistency. And then at first I just started sprinkling it on there, and that wasn't working. So I just smudged it on there and then wiped it off. And just kept doing that over and over again until I was satisfied. And then after, I didn't do it to the big chest piece. I only did it to the actual armor pieces. So, yeah. And then I got the black acrylic paint, which is this. It's simply acrylic black. And I used it and I painted over the chest piece first. And then let it dry for a couple minutes. Then I rubbed the majority of it off, and this is the look you get. I was trying to go for a weathered faded look, which it looks really nice with the silver chrome look with a little bit of mess, you know, going for weathering. Trying to attempt on that. Okay, and I'm gonna switch to where y'all can see the coloring. And we have light. Okay, what I did is the leftover acrylic paint, I got some water, dipped a lot of paint on my brush, dipped it real quick in the water, and then smudged it all over each individual piece. And smudged it and smudged it, smudged it, and used that paper towel right there and scrubbed it all off. And this is the final result. You can see some rust right there. Makes it look all gnarly and nasty. The light kind of brings it to life a little bit in person. It looks a lot better. So you can really see the scratches there. But yeah, you can do a couple layers of it if you want. One layer is good enough for me because it's nasty and gunky enough. Here, I'll give you a good close-up of my favorite part. You really can't see it in this camera, but in the cracks, like you can see it a little there, where it's got like gunk and stuff. It just looks really, really disgusting. But I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, this is it. This is what I've done tonight. And I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry for the rest of the night, and then in the morning I'll go through and spray clear coating on it to seal it. So yeah, this is what we're doing. Armor progress almost complete, because all that's left is after we clear coat it, we just need to add Velcro or snaps to the front and back, and of course peel off that silver piece. I'm pretty glad we didn't accidentally color our jewel, but I'm waiting until we do the clear coat before I do that. But yeah, that's what we need to do. That's it, and then the armor is done. Yay! Here's a quick over of it without the light. Might be able to see more. Like I said, this is just one layer. You can do more if you want. I just put on a gloss coat. I turned on the fan because it stinks. So I put about 3 layers on it. I don't remember if I mentioned way before that I did 3 layers of silver on this a while back before we weathered it and stuff, but if I didn't, I did. So, and this is the stuff I used. Rust-Oleum clear gloss. So this stuff has worked really, really well for me. Like, none of my props or anything like leaked over. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm wondering if I got this black enough, the chest piece. I think I do. I'm just used to it being new looking and I'm not used to weathering, but I think it'll be fine in the long run. But yeah, and if you can, I would suggest for this stuff, I mean, you could get a gloss, but it would kind of defeat the purpose of weathering, so I would try to find a matte if you can. But that's all I have on hand, so that's what we're going to use. But yeah, I did about 3 coats of it. All I did is I sprayed each piece really good, and then went over there, waited a couple of seconds, then went back and did 3 coats. Now we gotta wait an hour. It says it can dry to the touch in 20 minutes, but it's safe to handle in an hour, so we're just gonna say an hour, which I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch. I just got done working out, that's why I'm all in my workout clothes. But I'm gonna go stream on Twitch while I'm waiting for all this to dry. And yeah, that's basically it for the armor pieces. The armor pieces are done. Just gotta add Velcro or magnets to this, whatever I'm gonna end up doing to the top. So yeah, this is your armor. Ain't that crazy?
Mileena wins. Fatality.